Imagine breaking open a familiar chocolate bar, smooth and sweet and perfectly shaped, and realizing that what you're holding is the final step of a journey that began deep in the rainforest, inside the pod of a tropical tree. How does the bitter, tough cacao bean hidden inside that pod end up transformed into the melt-in-your-mouth confection in your hand? The story is complex, global, and surprisingly hands-on. Let's follow chocolate's path, one step at a time, from wild cacao fruit to the familiar candy bar. It all starts with the Theobroma cacao tree, a species that thrives only in the hot, humid regions near the equator. Ancient civilizations like the Maya and the Aztecs considered cacao beans so precious, they used them as currency and in ceremonial drinks. Cacao trees bear oval-shaped pods, sometimes yellow, sometimes red or purple, stuffed with dozens of beans nestled in a gooey white pulp. Harvesting these pods is anything but mechanical. Even today, most cacao is picked by hand. Growers use machetes to hack ripe pods from the trees. Timing matters. A pod picked too early yields flavorless beans, while one picked too late can start to rot, ruining an entire harvest. Once harvested, each pod is sliced open, revealing the slippery beans inside. These aren't the sort of beans you'd recognize from a chocolate bar. They're soft, bitter, and coated in sticky pulp. Here's where the magic of fermentation comes in. The beans, along with their pulp, are piled into heaps, wooden boxes, or even banana leaves. Over several days, natural yeasts and bacteria get to work. As the beans heat up, enzymes transform their chemistry. Bitterness mellows, color deepens, and signature chocolate flavors start to develop. Fermentation isn't an exact science. The layers of beans must be turned just enough to ensure even processing, but not too much, or the pile loses heat and the flavors suffer. Local climate, altitude, and even the shape of the fermentation box can affect how the final chocolate will taste. After fermentation, the beans are spread out under the sun to dry. Sun drying isn't just about reducing moisture. It's the critical checkpoint that prevents fungal growth on the beans as they're packed and shipped across the world. But drying too fast or too slow brings risks of mold and off flavors. So farmers watch the process carefully, raking beans by hand, sheltering them from rain, and testing moisture by feel. Only after this series of time-sensitive, sensory-driven steps are the beans ready for transport. Huge canvas sacks of dried cacao are shipped to chocolate factories, often thousands of miles from where they began. Now comes another transformation: roasting. At the factory, roasted cacao beans fill the air with a scent instantly recognizable as chocolate. Roasting time and temperature can bring out fruity, nutty, or smoky flavors. Some producers tweak these parameters the way a coffee roaster might, chasing their own perfect balance of acidity and bitterness. After roasting, beans are cracked open and winnowed to separate the edible nib from the tough, inedible husk. These nibs are the heart of chocolate. When ground, they don't produce a powder, but a thick, dark paste, cocoa liquor. This is 100% chocolate in its purest form, containing both cocoa solids and cocoa butter, an edible fat prized for its smooth texture and rich flavor. But eating pure ground nibs isn't quite like biting into a candy bar. To get the chocolate we know, manufacturers blend cocoa liquor with other ingredients, usually sugar, a bit more cocoa butter, and sometimes milk powder or vanilla. A crucial step follows: conching. This odd-sounding process involves kneading, stirring, and aerating the chocolate mixture, often for hours or even days. The goal is not just to blend ingredients, but to smooth out tiny particles, mellow bitterness, and build the signature creamy texture. All that work would be wasted if the final chocolate were left to cool at random. Instead, chocolate is tempered, melted, cooled, and remelted at precise temperatures. This encourages cocoa butter crystals to form in exactly the right way, giving chocolate its glossy finish and satisfying snap. At last, the chocolate is poured into molds to set, cooled, sometimes with a controlled blast of cold air, and wrapped, ready for shelves and snack times around the world. That's the broad sweep of chocolate's journey. But let's look closer at some key moments. Consider fermentation. It's easy to think of this as just a background process, but it turns out that tiny changes in time, temperature, or even microbial mix can shift chocolate from tasting like raspberries to coffee to honey. Or look at conching. Some makers conch chocolate for 72 hours for maximum silkiness. Others argue that a shorter time preserves unique flavor notes. The result? No two chocolates are truly identical, even when they use the same beans and recipes. And although machines play their part in modern production, so much of chocolate's character is still crafted by hand. Farmers, fermenters, and tasters making decisions based on sight, smell, feel, and intuition. There's also the global story. Cacao is grown mostly by smallholder farmers in West Africa, Latin America, and Southeast Asia, but it's processed and consumed mainly by developed nations. This system raises questions about sustainability and fairness. Some chocolate makers now support fair trade and direct sourcing, hoping to give farmers a better share in chocolate's success. But even as the industry grows, the basic steps remain much the same as they have been for centuries. Harvest, ferment, dry, roast, grind, blend, conch, temper, mold. A sequence layered with chemistry, craftsmanship, and creativity. If you bite into a milk chocolate bar and compare it to a square of intense, dark chocolate, you're tasting decisions made at every stage. Extra milk powder and sugar soften flavors, while different roasting profiles can accentuate fruitiness or earthiness. There's chocolate made with no added sugar, chocolate with sea salt or chili, even bean-to-bar varieties that showcase particular farms and harvest years like fine wine. Chocolate, for all its ubiquity, is both ancient and constantly reinvented. It's science, it's agriculture, it's art. Imagine one more time. A cacao pod cut open, beans fermenting in the sticky heat, and far down the line, a confectioner tempering glossy brown liquid before pouring it into molds. That transformation from tangled rainforest vine to shiny supermarket wrapper is a minor miracle. A blend of tradition and technology, one cocoa bean at a time. Every bar carries the imprint of soil, weather, human care, and innovation. It's more than just a sweet treat. It's a story of patience, precision, and global collaboration. The next time you unwrap a chocolate bar, you'll know you're experiencing the end of an extraordinary journey that spans continents, cultures, and centuries. And that simple snap between your fingers, that's not just the sound of chocolate breaking. It's the echo of hands that harvested, the sun that dried, the craftspeople who coaxed out flavor, and the endless search for the perfect bite.